We are back again. Good morning, y'all. We are back again. Okay. We're going through this book right here. We are on page 80. Yesterday, I started to touch on the final eight and how can we better utilize, maximize, monetize our time. Maximize, utilize, monetize. Maximize, make the most of it. Utilize, don't waste it. Monetize, get the highest dollar per hour activity out of what you do. Time is something you can't get back. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. So therefore, you should put a greater premium on your time. Also, with that being said, you have to understand who is wasting your time. You have to ask yourself the question, is this person, is this thing, is this opportunity, is this activity worth my time? But before you even get to understanding, is it worth your time? Do you know the value of your time? Let's talk about that. Now, Pastor Jomo, how can I identify the value of my time? I'm glad you asked. Here's what you do. It's tax season. Identify how much money you made last year. Then divide that by how many hours you worked. How much money you made last year divided by how many hours you work, and that's your dollar per hour. Okay. Now, based on that, Mama, I like that, Lisa. Mama, maximize, utilize, and monetize. I could do that. I could work with that. Mom, I need to write that acronym down. That's good. So, with that being said, say, for example, you made $48,000 last year, roughly $4,000 a month, roughly $1,000 a week. If you worked 40 hours, that means you made between $18 and $20 an hour, give or take. A little bit more, a little less. So you will not do any activities that you can pay somebody less than you make. Example, if the car wash can wash your car for 5, 10, 15 bucks, and it takes you 2 hours to do it, it makes more sense to have them do it and you do more work. Does that make sense? Meaning, if it takes you all day to do your laundry, which it mostly does, and you make $30 per hour, if it took you 8 hours to do your laundry and you make $30 an hour, that means that was $240 worth of income you could have made if you just did more work. And you did laundry instead. Well, could you have dropped the laundry off and someone do it for less money? Yes. So that is how you ascertain, maximize, utilize, and monetize. You have to identify, is what I'm doing make sense? Now, I do things at times that does not make monetary sense. But for me, I turn it into exercise. I got to exercise, so I'll make it a workout, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's jump in. Ephesians 5:15 and 16, that was my good intro. Therefore, see that you walk carefully, living life with honor, purpose, courage, shunning those who tolerate and enable evil, not as the unwise, but the wise, sensible, intelligent, discerning people, making the very most of your time. Key point, making the very most of your time on earth, recognizing and taking advantage of each opportunity and using it with wisdom and diligence because the days are filled with evil. One of the many things that separates us from God is that God is not subject to time. We are. From the moment we're born, our clock started running down. The question is, how do we maximize and utilize our time for the greatest good? I have a theory called the final eight. My theory says we should all work 8 hours a day. Now, you can work less if you make more, okay? But this is just in general. Sleep 8 hours a day. The pivotal variable is the remaining 8 hours of the day. How do we utilize them? Some have another job or another business, or some go to school to get ahead, and for some, it's a time to chill. Over a lifetime, these 8 adjustable hours will determine our success or failure in life. One thing we cannot do is drift and wander in life. We have to be definitive and seize opportunities. We must realize that opportunity does not knock, opportunity drives by. So when opportunity presents itself, we must jump on them. Now, what do you mean by this? This is a good point. Opportunity doesn't knock. You know, people say opportunity knocks, and it it it's quick. Here's an analogy. Opportunity is like a something you like a lot. Male, female, car, jewelry, whatever it is. And you see it coming at you, and it's just a beautiful. And then when it passes you, it's an ugly monster. It's the same entity, but you feel different about it because you realize you missed it. Has anybody felt that way before? I know. I remember when Facebook came out and it was $15 or $18, and I said that's too much money. Google. Anybody wish you'd have bought some stock and you look back at what you did not do? Some of you work at some companies and you might have could have had some stock options. You didn't maximize it. I remember when I was in the NFL and they had a matching program and they would match every dollar I put in. I didn't take advantage of it. Why do I need a 401k? Again, lack of knowledge. So in life, you have to see opportunities and maximize them. That's why it's so critical that you have quality people in your life who can give you insight, give you wisdom. One of my neighbors, he's a UPS, he works for UPS, he's a driver, but he's in $1 million house. Why? He's been there 40 years. I said it again. He's been at UPS 40 years. Well, guess what? He started getting on the stock, and the rest is history. So, what is your strategy? What's your plan? How are you going to go after it to maximize, utilize, and monetize your time? Boy, that is good. If y'all hear that somewhere else, somebody stole it from me, okay? But that's all right. I ain't going after nobody. But how can I do that the best? Because see, time is fleeting, and I got to figure out what is my plan, what is my strategy to go after and attack this thing, because we will all wake up one day old or older, right? And once you get to that place, you would wish that you did the best with your time. Okay, back into the book. Oh, so you have to take advantage of opportunities. Now, not every opportunity is for you. Now, this is the key point. As long as you live, there'll be opportunities. Some will say, get rich quick. Some will say different, but the bottom line is there will always be opportunities. The key for you is to identify which opportunity is yours. So, Pastor Jay, how do you know it's a good opportunity? Well, is this an area of specialty for me? Do I know a lot about the area? Is this my lane? Like for me, I've done a lot of real estate. So I'm pretty comfortable with doing real estate moves. So I have no problem with that. If I see it, it makes sense, I can do it. Stocks, not so good. But real estate has been really good to me. Really, really good to me. So I'm comfortable there. So at all times, I have multiple projects going at the same time because I understand it. It makes sense to me. Real estate will never be zero. For the most part, it appreciates. I could borrow against it. I could rent it, I could lease it, I can sell it. It just has a lot of great qualities, and it gives quite great tax deduction. So that makes sense to me. So that's an area where I can see an opportunity and jump on it, not hesitate on it because I know it. Just because something's an opportunity, it may not be an opportunity for you. Not every opportunity is your opportunity. So sometimes you feel like you miss something, but was that your opportunity? Your opportunity has something to do with you, your strength, your leaning, your bent. I was a realtor. My mother was a realtor. Been around realtors. I trained realtors. So that's an area that I feel good about. So one of the keys to taking advantage of opportunities is knowing what is your opportunity, because not every opportunity is your opportunity. And that's when we get caught up and we get hurt because we took advantage or we thought it was an opportunity, but it's really someone else's opportunity, if that makes sense. Well, I'm going to leave you off for today. I'll be back when I be back, which is probably tomorrow morning. I pray you have a great day. It's the only day you have. Remember this. If you want something different, you have to do something different. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. Remember, change begins with you. I love you. Have a great day. God bless you all. Peace. Bye-bye.